Hi everybody, and welcome to another World of Warcraft Mists of Pandaria beta video. Going to be trying to get into Mogu'Shan Palace, just kidding, Mogu'Shan Palace today as a tank. And we'll see if it's not bugged out. You'll hear a little bit of music in the background. That is an item that I'll put a link up in the ticket description. It is Tesla Science's or Tesla Software's Ambi-Science application running on my iPod Touch. New to the instance today is a quest. She hasn't been here before, so maybe this will actually work. The last time I tried to go ahead and tank in here, the instance was bugged at the first boss and we were not able to continue. I have been through the instance once before, so I'm slightly familiar with it. I'm going to go ahead and get my symbiosis out. My choices are a monk, a warrior, a warlock, and a hunter. Don't know what a hunter gives me a trap. The warlock will give me life tap. The warrior I forget. And the monk used to give me swim speed test. Let's see if it's still bugged. And we'll see what symbiosis gives me. And damn it, swim speed test. Gonna go ahead and try to leave the instance and see if I can reset my symbiosis over here. I was afraid that would still be the active symbiosis off of monks. The only thing that it does is it makes me swim faster. So I've left the instance and it dropped off, and I'm gonna come back in and get a different symbiosis target. Fun little ability. I really like getting it off of a mage as I get frost armor. Paladins give me Consecrate, Death Knights give me Bone Shield, so I'm going to go ahead and pick the Warrior over here. And I get Spell Reflection. Not too bad. Aids in the defense a little bit. My favorite's still Bone Shield from a Death Knight. So we're going to go ahead and start off with me pulling that one over there, which is a caster. And the melee mob will come in behind him. This area over here, if I remember correctly, we want to kill this little stupid weird dog cat thing first. Cat dog. Slightly different than the last time you've seen me on video is that Frenzied Regen is now not going to be a hot. I'm glyphed where it just increases the healing done to me. But, it's now actually supposed to be a direct heal if it's unglyphed. And you don't really have to pull these mobs over here. I'm just doing it for a little bit of experience since I'm not too far off of getting a level. As you can see, mana scaling fairly well. That's a 89 monk, and he's up at 250k, and you will start with only about 100k at 85. In this room over here, we're going to pull this cat when he's by himself. He is not linked to the others. Well, so much for that bright idea. I figured with that thing being crowd control, it might not pull. It'll move back. We'll get this caster in over here. And the first boss room will be just ahead of us. In that room over there where the final boss is just walking around. I'll go ahead and pause the recording until we're there. Okay, we are at the first boss of the instance. This is actually the last guy. he's going to go ahead and goad all 3 clans to attacking your party. And then he's going to run away, and supposedly he's going to pay off the clan that wins. So it's random what you'll face. If you fight this guy, you'll basically fight all 3. But when you fight this guy over here on the right, you want to go ahead and get the cat first. He has a really sketchy aggro table. He tends to not like staying on the tank. And if you can, you're going to want to avoid that shockwave from his boss over here. And even though I got knocked up, I'm just going to bear charge out of it. It doesn't always seem to follow the graphic so much. Like when you see the graphic, see, it's already too late. The graphic is out while I'm up in the air. So it should be a little easier to avoid him now that I have him as a target. I'll be able to watch his cast bar and get out of it. It's a fairly quick cast, so your best bet is probably just to run through him when he casts it. And notice he spun around and the graphic came on me, but by then he had already cast it, so it's not quite lined up yet. Hopefully they'll fix that at some point. This is the new monk healer statue. It casts a heal. It's not clickable anymore like Lightwell's are. And we'll see who we get next. If you're interested in the entrainment music that is playing in the background, it's a focus track. If you put headsets on or listen to it with speakers, it's designed to plant a sound in your brain that will increase your focus. It is from the Ambiscience app called Music for Users. It's based off of the Tron movie, the modern Tron movie. The remake. Well, or sequel, I guess you could say. And the track is called The Beacon. And I'll put a link to it in the description. So here we are with this little whirl that's going to suck everybody in. As you can see, it pretty much sucks in everything that's in the area. Usually the tank will get sucked in with it. For some reason he didn't grab me on that one. Whirling Dervish is the knockback. Here comes his lightning bolt again. And now we'll be facing the final guy, which is High in the Unstoppable. It's recommended you let them go through their little emote that they do when they pop and wait to try to get threat on them after so that the threat doesn't reset. There's the Conflagrate, which is a disorient. Probably be a good one for Spell Reflect. I'll see if I can reflect it the next time, although it might not necessarily be cast on me. So we'll see. It's pretty much the same kind of Conflagrate that you would see from that last final dragon boss in UBRS. Boy, if anybody is watching this has been around since the vanilla days, you might remember that boss as being completely annoying. And you'd have to have 2 tanks for it. Now, this is where the instance used to bug. What's supposed to happen is stairs open back here by this chest that we're at. And the stairs are actually going to open today, so we'll go ahead and pause the video and pick it up at the next boss. Alright, we are at the area of the next boss. I've switched the track around to now be Power Cycle. And we're just taking a little circle around the arena where we're going to be fighting the second boss of the instance, which is going to be sort of like the Major Domo fight in the original Molten Core. Gonna let Spell Reflect put this Cleansing Flame back on. Oh, that's right, this is the big heal. Forgot about that. It's pretty slow. I should be able to interrupt it. I just forgot that they do that defensive cleansing spell. Basically, all the mobs that you fight after you kill the first boss is kind of a prep, or a little bit of a tutorial for what you're going to be dealing with on the second boss over here. And I'm going to go ahead and bear hug the Oracle out of that spell. Basically, you're going to have to get down in the arena, otherwise we're going to keep getting these little scrubs spawning. Okay, basically when you fight this, he is the main boss over here, Gekken. And you face an Ironhide, a Hexer, and an Oracle is our combo. And you get 3 out of the 4 over here. The other one is a Skulker, which is basically the rogue. Onakua, the DPS warrior, is going to taunt the Ironhide and drag him away. And we will kill the Oracle first because he's a healer. We'll then move on to the Hexer. We'll get the Ironhide third. And we'll get the boss last. And that'll be the order. So let's go ahead and start it up by getting rid of this Oracle, because he's the healer. Oh, the Skulker actually appeared. Very interesting. That's why I got stunned over there. And now they've got solid aggro on those guys. I'm going to go over here and get the Hexer involved. Cleansing Flame went out, but the Oracle is dead over there. I got shanked by the rogue. And got shanked by the rogue again before I could interrupt the Hex. And shank is pretty annoying. So we're going to go ahead and mark him as the next kill target. See if I can't get an interrupt out on the next shank that he does. And possibly was a little slow in that one. Go ahead and get my trance out. And we're gonna go Berserk. Get some DPS on the guy here. Now, it bears some resemblances to the Domo fight, except that each of the ads does different things, where, of course, you know, Domo, you only have the healers and the warriors. There you go, there's the second boss. Unfortunately, still no loot. So we'll go ahead and pick it up on the final boss. Okay, we're here at the final boss area. We're gonna go ahead and crowd control these cat, dog, puppy things. They hit like trucks. You can make them go away if you find these little statues in the instance. Currently, we're facing all four because we haven't found any of the statues. So we got a bunch of these crowd controlled. Gonna go ahead and pull the wrong one by mistake. So go ahead and use bark skin over here. Hunter trapped, unfortunately I didn't see it. I've switched the track again on the entrainment app. It's now on the light cycle chase track. Still with the focus effect. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and pull this dog down here, or he's just gonna pull and jump on me. It's cool, whatever floats your boat. And you can see the Healy statue from the monk is in effect here, just chaining away. Now we're going to get the final one. This final boss can be a little bit tricky. He is one of the more fun and tricky boss fights that I have seen so far in the beta. The Sha models for the bosses have gotten updated. The Sha models for bosses look really nice now. They're a lot bigger and they look way more evil. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and tank him mostly in that area over here. I'm going to let the group know that. And to show you guys the dungeon journal on him. He's in the weapon master, and there's all his abilities. He has a circle of flame from a staff. He has the roar, which does damage and picks a weapon. Axes, trap, and death from above when he gets down low. Tanked it before, wasn't too bad. Basically, people just need to be on their toes. This is one of the safer areas, is in this particular area. And we're going to go ahead and get out of his ground slam. And then get back into position. Ground slam's a cone in front of him. That's why I've got him aimed at the column over here. And as you can see, most of the weapons are hanging out back there behind him. There's ground slam again. Going to move to the other side. His roar just went out. There's ground slam again. Gonna go berserk, get some damage on him. There's ring of flame, which we're gonna move out of. Ground slam, gonna get behind him. Pretty reminiscent of Blackhorn's ground slam, which we're currently dealing with in Heroic DS. There's crossbow trap, which I think is his last one. I'm gonna go ahead and use the big heal on myself, get the trees out. Ground slam again. As you can see, the fight's not too bad when you've got him pegged in the corner over here. Probably mostly a healer fight. And there we go. We are now complete with Mogu'Shan Palace. Definitely one of my more favorite instances so far that I've seen. Relic of the Four Kings. Not too sure about that one. New lesson. Alright, we are back from getting disconnected, accepting that quest and trying to turn it in. So let's connect back up. And there we go. Looks like I got credit for it. So there is Mogu'Shan Palace. Unfortunately, it doesn't have much information on it yet. I know it describes loot, but I have yet to actually see it. Probably going to be generic models anyway, as you can see. So there we go. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and find the link in the ticket description. Getting my work involved here. In the video description for the entrainment app that I've been using for background music, and hope everybody enjoys. Thanks a lot.